Welcome to KindaSound Radio with me, your host, Giles Bryant. And I am so pleased to have back in the KindaSound studio, Stephen Ash. How are you, Stephen?
I'm wonderful. I'm very good. Thank you.
And we are talking at a really exciting time because on the 21st of September 2022, World Peace Day, it sees the release, well, of several things, but a project we've been involved in for some years now is the album Medicine Path. Stephen, can you tell everyone a little bit about it?
Well, for many years, Renata and myself discovered in 1991 that there was an expansion happening in the chakras. And it wasn't like the chakras have dynamically changed. It's just that there's more happening above the head, more happening below the feet, and more happening in the heart region. So it's as if like those three areas are really undergoing a lot of change. And I think that's in the whole of humanity, not just humanity, but also in all the kingdoms. And that's because of the great changes that we're moving through. As a planet, we're moving through the changes. So because I'm a singer and songwriter and I love healing music, I started composing songs for each of these chakras and exercises to open them. So like Qigong, yoga, Tai Chi exercises to open up each of the chakras. Yeah, so like in the third eye, here, I look for the light that guides me. I look for my inner light. So you do exercises which open that in this head region here. So it's everything to do with this part of the head. So when I walk the medicine path every day, I walk up and down the river every day, I sing and I open up these pathways inside myself. So my friend Giles, who I'm really proud of, because I tell you what, if I didn't have a mate like Giles in my life would be really dull. Okay? Because I think society is moving in two directions. One direction is towards the fear stuff, and the other side of humanity is saying, no, come on, let's trust in the process, yeah? Now, Giles is the ultimate man of trust, and he's accompanied by the most gobsmacking, beautiful woman called Juliet that a man could ever have. So be grateful, because she's a good woman. So we team up in teams in order that we can process the changes that are happening on the planet and the changes happening in each other. So this new CD, The Medicine Path, is about this pathway. And the pathway is from Sky Father, which is above us, to Earth Mother, which is below us. And that energy that's pouring through all those photons, all that galactic information, all the breath, all the energy coming through, is coming through these energy areas in our body, and they're starting to move and really grow and reshape for our children and their children and their children. So for me, this album, to me, it's a beautiful album, and thank you, Giles, you've done an amazing job, actually. Really, I didn't expect it to be in the end, as good as it is, because it's taken us 5 years to get this far. That's a long piece of time.
Yeah, it is a long piece of time. And I tell you what, KindaSounders, just to have a little bit of an introduction to the album. Let's play a bit of music from the album now. This is from the forthcoming album by Stephen Ash called Medicine Path, produced by myself, like Stephen says, over a period of 5 years. Here is the Golden Light.
Thank you.
Well, Stephen, I suppose that is the song you are possibly most known for. And I've shared that with thousands of people, with the old, with the elderly, with the sick, with the disabled, with the children, with the mothers, with people in boardrooms, with people in disabled centres, with people with special needs, with people who are dying, with people who are being born. And what a gift, Stephen, your music has been.
Thank you.
What I wanted to do was to capture the best that we could of your music, of this journey that you so brilliantly explained in the introduction of the Medicine Path. And in fact, even this morning, I'm making improvements, little tweaks, because as you approach the deadline, I mean, we're recording this now. We're about to send the artwork off. That's going to be done later today, and all the audio. I found a fantastic company, so just give them a little shout out. That is CD Duplication. Let's just get there so we can give them the CD Duplication. Lovely people down in South Essex. Martin Johnson, run by Martin Johnson. So you know, they're lovely people, because as well as it being available on the digital platform, and I know there's going to be a Bandcamp site set up, so we're going to put all the links for you to be able to download the album digitally, but also we're going to make some get some CDs. Myself and yourself, we're a bit old-fashioned, but people still do like the CD because you've got something. You don't need the internet to play it. You play it in your car, you play it on your system, or you can store it. And what I feel that we've done here, Stephen, and I only realized it, to be perfectly honest, when I played the Tester album in my car. We'd approved the tracks and I played the 18 songs. This is an hour of music. It is your life's wisdom, with wonderful guest appearances. Renata's voice, at times it just brings tears to your eyes. The sweetness of the harmonies. Your voice is fantastic on every song. Your voice is fantastic, and your harmonies that you've done on the different voices. I know you've got some of your brothers that you've met in Europe who feature on the album. Just a little word about them, Stephen.
Well, I've got some lovely brothers. They're very much like you, Giles. You know, they're walking the path. They're walking their medicine path. You know, there's Hannes Lenger, and Hannes does sweat lodges and vision quests. We do those together. Sometimes we work together. A few years ago, we were doing lots of work together. And in a way, it was just at the time of my accident when I damaged my hand that I was working a lot with this man, Hannes. And so the Vision Quest, where I damaged myself, set a lot of Vision Quest work happening between us. And coming along with him is a really lovely guy called Bernhard Keimel, and he runs Sacred Drumming in Austria. So he's like my man. He's like my man. He's like a really good friend. He's doing Sacred Drumming. He's got a lovely little center with his wife, and they are just doing lovely work, doing the healing home and Sacred Drumming. And then there's this fabulous drummer called Marco. And Marco comes from Croatia. He's a family man. He makes the hoops for Sacred Drumming. And he's such a sweet man, such a sweet soul. All these three men are pipe carriers. So it seems the strength of the work over here in Europe is with the sacred pipe. Like we're all working with the sacred pipe. And that seems to be making a strong team. And the pipe work, which is, you know, very much to do with the heart, is the strength of the man and the woman together. And when you merge the yin and the yang and the man and the woman together, that's where the children come from. The children have to come from the merging of male and female, the merging of grandfather and grandmother. That's where all the children come from the sky and the earth merging together. That's where life comes from. So sacred pipe is important to me and to a lot of people on this path of peace.
Well, one of the recording sessions that we did, and we've recorded this album in Europe. I came over to do some recording. You've done some recording in various places throughout Europe. And of course, we recorded it here at Perpetual Studios. And I remember that we did a pipe ceremony. And it's just as you're saying this, Stephen, it's just really quite moved me, because many of the English singers, the English-based singers and musicians that played on the album, and we picked some top-notch people. I mean, mainly it's just yourself, because you don't really need much else than you and your guitar or you and a drum. I mean, you are a medicine man. You are a hero of our age. You've survived, you know, you've been to the portals of death 3 times, and here you are looking fantastically well, on the verge of not just releasing this Medicine Path album, but also your Medicine Path sacred cards. But the people that were there at the pipe ceremony that you did a concert, a pipe ceremony one day, we did recording. Many of those people were there. So just a shout out to Kaylee Cutmore.
Thank you.
Wonderful vocals. And brother Tom, Juliet's done some lovely vocals, Dietmar and Catherine. So all the wonderful musicians. And if I've missed anyone out, musicians or singers, you know, thank you for your wonderful input on this album. Stephen, let's have another bit of music. We were talking about the sacred drum there, and there's really some sacred drum on Heya Heya. So here we go. This is from the forthcoming album by Stephen Ash. This is the Medicine Path. It's released on September the 21st. This is Heya Heya.
Oh, I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Oh yeah, well, back again on KindaSound Radio with my special guest Stephen Ash. Now, when it comes to drumming, you have literally written the book. I know that's a saying, isn't it? He wrote the book on it, but you did actually write the book on sacred drumming. You're a humble man, but you're a great man. And I mean, who knows how many people you have inspired with the sacred drum. There would be no way of knowing, because with your book, it's sold all around the world, and then you don't know who's that's been passed on to someone, and then they read it, and now they're doing drum circles and they train you. I mean, it's a wonderful gift you've done. And I think what we've done with the music, Stephen, is we really have. I mean, Juliet, she said, I can't wait for this album to be done. It will live in my car. She says, I sing these songs so much in my own life. Trust in life, trust
that the way will be clear.
You know, it's just so important, and sometimes in the hard times so needed, this medicine that you've put into music and that together we've created and now about to release to the world. It is the Medicine Path. It's a very appropriate name. So Stephen, just some more from you, my friend, about the album, about making the album, about the songs.
Well, you know, one of the things I really feel is the sound of the voice is the sound of the soul. So it's really important for us to sing. You know, if we sing, what we do is we really use our lungs. We use our cognitive abilities to synchronize words with music, especially when we sing when we walk, because the timing is like the beat of a drum. Your legs are moving, your arms are moving, and you get an incredible sound if you walk and sing. All the songs that I create are created whilst I'm walking. I mean, I've created the most beautiful new song. It's a beautiful new song. It's called When I Trust. When I trust in life. Not trust in life. It's when I trust in life.
Yep.
And it's such a beautiful song. And I've got it on, as I walk up and down the river, I'm working on the music, because the music, for me, music is this connection with that part of myself that I really want to be connected to. I really want to be connected to my soul, not just on Sundays, and not just in the mornings in my meditation. But look, I've got every moment. I've got this breath coming in every moment. And this breath can become not just a monologue, but it can become a beautiful movement of sound. And I just think that's really important. So the medicine path is each of our paths as a human being, because I'm on a medicine path. I heard a woman speak yesterday, a black woman speak over my phone, and she was talking about, come on you lot, get up, get out into the streets and do the work, do this work. Now that's why I like you, Giles, because you're getting out on the streets and you're doing the work. Well, that's what I'm doing. I don't care if people think I'm a nutcase walking up and down the river with my mouth organ. I don't care. Because why do I need to care about people who have nothing to do with me anyway? Why don't I just be free as a human being? So it's about us human beings being free, not being put down and told we've got to behave. Who's telling me to behave? It's the man in the tie who thinks he has the authority over me. No man has authority over me with a tie around his neck that he wants to strangle himself with. No, sir. Oh, that got me going.
It's so true though, Stephen, and it's a message that's needed. It's a message that we need the elders to be saying and standing up for freedom. And in terms of the music, we did a singing the ley lines day, and we finished at Royston. And apparently the node of energy has moved from the cave, which is now mostly inaccessible, but the intelligence in the energy has moved to the Roy Stone. So the royal stone there, the big stone that marked the royal pathways, the Michael and Mary line, and these other powerful energies coming, and the Greenwich Meridian, this fantastic energy, and you can be there. And there were 4 of us, like the cross of the medicine wheel, you know, the northeast southwest around this stone, and we cleaned it and we put some water on it and we smudged and we sang our hearts out. And the people in the town were walking past us, and it was an unusual sight for them, but no one, not one person, and the builders driving past us, waving at us, you know, beep, beep. They felt it was good. Every single person had some positive response. There was no negative response to it. And the people sitting in the bar, one of the guys came over to us and he says, that was just so beautiful. We weren't singing songs that they knew. We were singing medicine songs. But it felt like this congregational singing. It felt like bringing people together, singing in the open, you know, under the sky, at the sacred places, or where the people are, is such an important thing for us now, to express that through song. And you've just done that so brilliantly. Let's just have another piece of music as we're talking about this. This does feature on double bass Matt Tweed. This is one of my favorite tracks from the album. Stephen Ash, you're a diverse man of songwriting and groove. This is Gently I Walk.
I love that one.
That's a beautiful tune, isn't it, Stephen? I mean, we're talking about the pipe. You know, my pipe with sweet tobacco. Now, when people hear that lyric, I mean, it's not like you're just, you know, smoking a fag or something. I mean, you were brought up with the surrounded by the Native Americans, weren't you, for part of your life?
Yeah. As a little boy, of 7, I flew over with my father and all my siblings, my brothers and sisters. There were 7 children at the time. And we flew over to Canada and we lived on reservations for 2.5 years. And we moved from reservation to reservation. Before then, we were living in Harley Street in London, yeah? You little pretty kids walking down Harley Street, you know? And then we landed up on a reservation where they shaved our heads. And I remember being hungry, Giles. I remember being really hungry. So for that really formative piece of my life, and I've got a younger sister called Mary. She's a fine, fine woman living in Cornwall. And she walks the path like I walk the path. And she walks the path because she had the same experiences as I had. She was, you know, in a school with just rows and rows, you know, like the older children were in the rows on the left and the younger ones were in the rows in the right, and it was all in one room.
Yeah.
You know, and we had the most incredible time. When we left Canada, we left just with the shirts on our backs. You know, it was the most, I look back on it now and I see, God, you know, if you're given, well, you've got to trust whatever life gives you. I mean, for some reason, that has sort of directed my path. Maybe I often feel that some old elder touched me energetically, sort of almost touched me with the wand of medicine. Because for some reason I feel this such a strong link to the wisdom of the Celtic people and the wisdom of the native people, the indigenous people. Now, I know they're not truly indigenous because they've all been influenced by modern society. But somehow they've been able to reach back through to their ancestors and bring through this wisdom that we hold now. So I reach back to the ancestors and I bring it through. It's happening now as I sit here with this. Look, I'm facing west, actually. You know, I'm facing west, and I can reach through that doorway in the west, and I can bring through my father and my mother and all the ancestors, all those people who touched me with the wand when I was a little child. You know, we're sitting here in the present moment, but we have the future to look forward to and the past to remember well. So we have to trust in this moment. If we trust in this moment, we create a future that's beautiful. If we trust in this moment, we make our memories good. And we have to keep remembering.
And I think that the songs help us to remember.
They do.
As a tool for ourselves, for our own practice, but for others to be able to share this music now. Like you say, Stephen, after 5 years of it both being part of our dreams and part of our effort, you know, making an 18-track album, it's not something you can do in a short period of time, you know, but there we are. But we did trust, and we are very excited to announce on the 21st of September the release of Stephen Ash's Medicine Path album, an hour's worth of medicine songs, produced by myself and mastered here as well at Perpetual Studios. Let's hear what Stephen was talking about. This is Trust in Life. Stephen, I would say that is one of the songs that does help me the most, that I sing the most. What can you just explain to people a little bit about that and the chant in there as well?
Trust in life. Trust that the way will be clear. Trust in life. So trust in life is to do with the color of my shirt. Okay? It's the purple. It's the top of the head. And there's a wonderful exercise that goes with it. It's one of the 5 Tibetan yoga exercises where you look at your forefinger and you leave your left hand to receive the energy of Grandfather Sky coming down, and you look at your forefinger and you turn around clockwise 21 times.
Okay.
And as you turn around, you're activating the crown chakra because it really makes you keep in balance. So you've got to make it a dance. And you've got to keep looking at this finger, otherwise you're going to fall over. So an old codger like me can stand and I can go round and around and around 21 times. And I sing as I go. Trust in life. Trust that the way will be clear. Okay? Yeah. And then when I'm finished and I stand still, I put both fingers up and I look between my fingers and I go, ho, hunter yo, ho, clear the way, ho, hunter yo, ho, clear the way. And now I'm doing the breaststroke and I go round and round doing the breaststroke as if I'm swimming and I'm saying, ho, hunter yo, ho, clear the way.
Oh, clear the way.
Ho, hunter yo, ho, clear the way. Because I'm coming through. So it goes, trust in life, trust that the way will be clear. Trust in life, trust that the way will be clear. Ho, hunter yo, ho, clear the way. Ho, hunter yo, ho, clear the way. Yeah.
Wonderful. It 100% works, and it's just a beautiful thing. Well, just bringing to the end of the interview here, Stephen. sacreddrumming.co.uk, is that the best place for people to
yeah, it is. Yeah, sacreddrumming.co.uk. We'll get to Stephen Ash, or just go Stephen Ash into Google and you'll find me.
Yeah.
And I love people, by the way. If you make contact with me, you'll find me making contact with you, because I think it's people medicine that's going to change the world. It's us doing it together and being strong. You know, okay, we fall over. I've fallen over many times. I've tripped over the banana skin many times, but I'm still going. I'm still going. I'm still moving forward.
Yeah. And we're so pleased about that, that you are, Stephen, and also the news that you're going to be coming back to England. You're going to be coming back to the UK next year, next spring. So we await your presence with so much joy. There'll be rose petals on the. We're going to put rose petals on the when the plane lands. You know, symbolically, if the security don't let us do it, we're symbolically, you know, and I think a lot of people are very excited and very happy that you're coming back to the UK. You know, there's work to do, and we've done a great job for a few years, let's say, with being able to work through the power of technology, of sending each other tracks and listening and, you know, feedback and making this album that way. Of course, we've had a lot of time in person as well, recording in Europe and here in England, and I think we've created something wonderful. And like I say, I only realized it when I listened to it the other day, to the whole thing. And since then, there was just a few little tweaks, you know, that my ear just, as the deadline approaches, you know, you get that heightened ability to listen to things. And Juliet heard something as well that I hadn't really noticed, and she says, "Oh, that's So it's all sorted now. So that's exciting. So KindaSound Radio, this is Stephen Ash, the medicine man. Do connect to him through the website, sacreddrumming.co.uk. And I really do hope that you download this album. And if you want, order the CD. You can also, there's going to be a link on my website as well to this album, to the download, to Stephen's Bandcamp site, which is gilesbryant.com. So thank you, KindaSounders. Stephen, final word from you.
Yeah, final word from me. Trust. We have to learn to trust the way we are. Like, I have to look at my face with this white beard and this funny hat on, and I have to trust this man I'm looking at. You know, I have to trust that it's all okay, faults and all. You know, the bits and pieces that don't. Look, I'm not the perfect person, like none of you are. You know that better than I do, you know? But that doesn't stop you moving forward. You know, who's the judge and jury of this affair? I'm not. No one else is. You're the judge of your own life. I'm the judge of my life. So I must trust that spirit, whatever that spirit is, it's the same in this stone as it is in me. Spirit, it's energy. I must trust that has the overall guiding force for me, is that energy that comes through my voice and my hands. Now that's me trusting. So that's my final word. Bless you all. Thank you, and buy the album. That's why we played it.
Yeah.
Download it and buy it, because it's bloody good. It's really good. It's good. I'm proud of it.
Yeah,
I'm proud of it.
It is good. We've done a great service to humanity. I honestly believe that. You know, it's medicine. It's the medicine path. So from the medicine man, Stephen Ash. Thank you, KindaSounders. It's Giles Bryant. Keep that dial, KindaSound. God bless you all.